Can discus fish live in a community tank? Yeah! Of course they can, silly goose. Let me go ahead and drop a couple of tank mate suggestions and aquarium setups so that your discus fish can thrive in a community aquarium. Fun fact, discus are a cichlid just like Oscars and red devils and all them other meanies. But they're not meanies at all. In fact, they're very, very low on the aggression scale. But here's some suggestions for some really, really good tank mates for your discus fish. Of course, tetras are a good tank mate for your discus fish. Discus fish. My personal favorite tank mate for discus are moles, swordtails, platies, variatus, and stuff like that. Let me tell you why. Discus do good in a community tank. Discus are kind of shy, right? And there's this thing called dither fish. Now, what dither fish are smaller fish that live around the main fish. We're gonna call the main fish a discus fish, and they live around, they live at the top, they live all over the place. And what these other fish do is they act as eyes for your discus fish. So when these other smaller fish, dither fish, sense danger, they take off, which the discus look at it, hey, where y'all going? And they be like, oh, something about to go down, and then they take off. So knowing that these other fish are out and about makes them feel safe. So yes, most definitely put your discus in a community tank. That's why I say mollies and stuff like that, because they're cheap, they're colorful, they do a great job cleaning up your aquarium, they're super non-aggressive, and they're easily, I mean, you already spent a whole lot of damn money on these damn discus, so go ahead and get some fish that are cheap, and you can get them pretty much anywhere and put them in with your disc. But if you want some different types of shapes and sizes and all that, you don't really want to do little fish. If you can get the low aggression cichlids, for instance, like severums would be good, geos would be good. Angelfish is always a talking something that people bring up when keeping with discus fish because they are so similar. And here's the trick. There's a trick to keeping angels and discus together. You get the discus, you let them grow up for at least 3 months, let them be nice and big. You want to get them big, you don't want to get discus one. You do not want to get small, cheap discus. If it's 50 bucks this big, I'm telling you, and you're not really well versed in discus or sicknesses and illnesses and caring for, don't do it. You're gonna be throwing, yeah, it's 50 bucks, it's cheaper than 100 bucks or 150 bucks, yeah, but you're throwing that 50 bucks out the window. Trust me. You're gonna want to get your discus fish first, okay, because they are shy, so you want them to get used to the tank and be well acclimated to their new environment before you start adding other things, right? So then you get this fish, that fish, whatever you want. The trick is when you're getting angels grow a decent rate, so get the angels small. Get the angels small, about a quarter size. And this is the reason why. Discus fish, being that they're shy for at least the first 3 months, they're slow to eat. You put food in there and they'll kind of like ease up to it, kind of like, I don't know if I should eat this. Is it good? Is it tasty? Oh yeah, that's good. Let me nibble. Dainty, small eaters. Whereas you get an angel, if you get them the same size, your discus fish will not get food. Angels are disproportionately way more aggressive when it comes to eating, so your discus will not get the food it needs because those piggy angels will eat it up first. So what you want to do is you get them small, you get the angels small so that the discus can push the angels out of the way and get the food, so that as the angels grow, the discus are accustomed to kind of, getting in there. So get the angels small if you're gonna put them in with discus. I'm telling you, if you get big angels, they're not gonna let the discus eat because they're pigs, and you're gonna have to super overfeed your tank for the discus to get any type of food, and then you're gonna have to do a lot of water changes. Don't do it. Get the little ones. It's saving money anyway. Just get the little ones. You get ram cichlids, dwarf cichlids do well with discus. You want to remember this though. When you're setting up your aquarium, just like with angels, discus have a very wide, long body like a sail, so you don't want to put super strong current. You want to have a lot of filtration in the tank and keep filtration with beneficial bacteria. That's the trick. You have all the filtration you want, but unless you have a lot of beneficial bacteria, all that filtration ain't doing squat. So you want to have a lot of beneficial bacteria. You can have a lot of filtration. You can overdo it if you want. However, just make sure when you do it, you have a lot ways to diffuse the power of the water going into the tank, because you don't want these discus to be pushed around all the time. They'll get stressed out and die on you. You definitely gonna want to have a lot of plants, whether it be fake or real. Real plants do best. They do. I've seen discus live in aquariums with fake plants. You just got to remember, when you're doing fake plants, the need for a large beneficial bacteria capacity in your filters is key. You need to have a lot of beneficial bacteria. You want to have a lot of plants and places for the discus to hide when they feel stress and they need to decompress. Like I said, they are daintier, they are cichlid, but they're really shy until they get big and acclimated. You want them to be able to find a little chill spot when they need it. As far as food go, you know, I personally like pellets. One reason why I like the pellets is that, like, if you were to feed flake food to your aquarium, what happens is the flakes hit the water and then it disperses, and the fish have to chase it down, and then all they do is get a little bit. But in the time between the fish being able to catch all these flakes being shot all over the tank, it gets in nooks and crannies and stuff and just rots. So I like pellets because it's easier for them to see it and get it. Along with a good pellet food, you want to feed them frozen or live food, because they do take a lot of protein in their diet. Don't just give them straight protein. You need to give them something else that can, you know, equalize, you know, what's going into their system, so that they don't get constipated and stuff like that. They need a little fiber, but they are primarily a large protein type fish eater. And because I'm such a crappy YouTuber and disorganized, I think I said the temperature should be about 82 to 85, but if I didn't, I'm saying it again. I could always edit it out if I didn't, or did, or whatever. Here's another trick or tip for keeping discus. Because of their size and because, you know, they need decompression spaces every once in a while, you're going to want to give them some room to roam. 75s and 55s are, in my opinion, whether you're keeping 3 discus with a 55, 4 discus with a 55, or 6 to 8 discus in a 75, they need space. They need space because they're not that bold space to go and hide, and for that you need to have some room. So 55s and 75s in my personal opinion. Discus fish, I 100% totally appreciate you staying to the end of the video. I'm gonna leave some links to other videos that you might be interested in, and if you feel froggy, go ahead and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. Da 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 da.